We're here to discuss part 2 of Deadhouse Gates, Whirlwind. We both just finished it this morning. And I feel like you don't necessarily have a grasp on everything per se.
Which is normal.
So you want to just like break it down into character groups?
We can.
So let's start with Akarium and Mappo.
I like them. I think out of all the character groups encountered in so far, including Gardens of the Moon, I like them the best.
The pairing.
Yeah. I mean, in Gardens I liked Callum and Quickben. But Mappo and Akarium, they have more of a...
Hundreds of years.
Yeah, I like them. And their little friend that they encounter along the way, one Iskarol Pus,
confounds everything.
I mean, okay, if he and Krupp are not related, then they should be.
I don't think there's relation.
But when he's talking, and I'm reading his words, the words are normal words, nothing special about them, but my head is just like, like all over the place, because I'm just like, what is he saying? He's a crazy one. But anyways, we weren't talking about him. We were talking about Mappo.
Well, he's a part of the...
Yes.
Yeah.
I like them. I am a little concerned for the well-being of Akarium.
Why is that?
Because sometimes Mappo has this internal dialogue, and it almost seems like it's alluding to not good things for Akarium at Mappo's hand. And so I'm just like, oh no, what's gonna happen?
So what do you think the dynamic is actually there? I mean, I won't answer, but...
What do you mean?
Like, their relationship, what do you think the true...
Like how they came to be friends or companions? I don't know, because they're two different... Mappo's Trell. Akarium is...
Half Jag.
Yeah. What's his other half, or do we not know?
Hasn't been mentioned yet.
Okay. I don't know, and I also don't quite know what their goal is. Like, what are they... Like, they're roaming along. What are they roaming along for, or to? They're trying to find a gate, right? Or
that would be the Soul Taken and Divers. They're looking for the path.
Which they encounter.
Yes.
And apparently Akarium can kind of like... He has some weight to throw around when it comes to...
The name means something.
Yeah, because there was like this whole little horde of rats coming to take out Fiddler and the gang, which I guess we'll touch on them next. And Akarium just stepped up and he's like, not today. Well, he didn't say it like that, but you know, he's like,
they're under my protection.
Don't try me. And the rats just went along their way. And those were divers because it was one but many. Soul Taken is just one. Okay. But what are they trying to go to? What are they trying to find? I can't remember. Other than a broom. For Iskarol Pus.
There was a part that Mappo kind of told Fiddler the goal is to not find anything.
Because it keeps Akarium around longer. I
feel.
Well,
they don't want Akarium finding anything.
But why? Because when he finds it, something's going to happen? But what is Akarium looking for then? That Mappo's trying to keep him from finding?
Well, remember, he has no real memories.
Who?
Akarium.
So he doesn't even know what he's looking for. So, I mean, for all we know, it was the broom, which he found, and then Iskarol Pus proceeded to sweep Fiddler's face with it.
which I remember you busting up laughing at that part.
Yeah, that made me chuckle. Which, oh my gosh, the comedy was needed at that point. Let me tell you what. Not only am I wearing black because it's said to be flattering and slimming, and it's a really awesome band of the really shirt that kind of, you know, pertains to things. This was a dark, depressing, death-filled section of book. And I mean, it's like really well described.
Mm-hmm. You can picture it.
I feel like we're going to jump all around. We were going to try and do characters, but I'm jumping.
Go ahead.
When Fellison and Heberick were hanging out by the, I don't know if it was a lake, but the what was it? They swam through it because they were escaping.
I can't remember.
Anyways,
the name of it, but I know
it was some body of water.
Caves.
It was some body of water. They were on the shore. These like creepy crawly things came along and they like latched onto them.
Well, not him.
Well, no, because they started to, but he kind of
his
managed
tattoos
to.
kind of.
They latched onto Fellison. And the way it's described, I was all like,
Yeah.
oh,
the whole burrowing of the larva in there.
And then the larva are born and more poison and
then it eats. And
and then Duker was walking through the towns and there's just like death and guts and blood all over.
And there's like a part inside his head where he's like, I have to turn it off.
It's just like, way to go, Erikson. Some
but that's
good
war.
description.
That's war.
But I'm just saying, that was very descriptive. Oof, those buggies. But anyways, so yeah, by the way, Fellison, I know she's been through some trauma. I get it. She's a bitch. I mean, I can get being mad, but she's being cruel, rude to the people who are trying to save her. Well, not save her, but get her to where she needs to go. I don't have no empathy for that junk. I don't care what you've been through. You being a bitch. Simmer down, because you're lucky none of them took you out. Because let's face it, Baldwin could take her out.
Yeah.
Hell, even the little old Heberick could probably take her out. Clunk her on the head with one of his stubs and she could be gone. But yeah, I don't like her.
I can kind of have some empathy for her, but
I can't.
I don't think her way of releasing is correct, but
right.
It's kind of accurate. I feel like what would happen.
I don't know. But what, she's being mean to people who are trying to help her.
How many kids are mean to their parents?
And she's always got a freaking comment. And it's even like she kind of acknowledges that she's being a bitch, but she doesn't know how to stop, I guess. Oh my gosh. Yeah. What else we got? You're gonna have to keep going here.
So, we kind of touched, but not really Fiddler.
Oh yeah, Fiddler and the gang, which is Crocus and Absolar. And now they have met up with Ikari and Mappo and Iskropust. I like Fiddler. I like him. I recall they were like going through the desert. Oh, his horse is really awesome. I don't know if we talked about this in the last video.
The Growl horse.
But the Growl horse is really cool. Oh yeah, we did, because it bit somebody's face off. So anyways.
I love that horse.
It's a really cool horse. They went through some sandstorm. And then they got swept into, I don't know if this was part of the sandstorm, but somehow they found themselves like intertangled in with this battle between the D-Ivers and Soul Taken, and that's when Ikari and Mappo showed up.
Then they went back to Pust.
Right, which Ikari and Mappo took them back there.
Because he passed out, Fiddler did.
Right. What else happened with them? I feel like
he kind of revealed what they were looking for.
What were they looking for again? Well, they're supposed to be taking... You're talking about Fiddler, right? They're supposed to be taking Absolar back to her homeland. Even though everyone's of the mind that what she's been through, she ain't gonna be able to just sit there and be a little fisher girl.
I can't remember the name of it, but it's an Azath house.
Oh, Tremolor?
Tremolor? Yeah, that sounds right. So they can go to the Deadhouse, which is in Malazan, which is closer to.
Because you can move quicker. Okay, yeah.
And of course, Absolar has shown her value as a knife fighter a couple times.
Oh, and Iskarol Puss is a person of shadow, so they were concerned that with Apsalar and her connection to Cotillion that would be a problem, but apparently it's not. Who would know? Because Iskarol Puss was sharing the details, and it was all blah, 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 and I'm just like, ow. So, Krupp has pastries. Iskarol has brooms.
Spiders.
And spiders.
He doesn't like spiders.
Well, I'm talking about things that... Well, Krupp likes pastries.
Yeah, I know.
So, anyways. What else?
Did you have anything else on Bodden or Heberick? Heberick had kind of something happen to him.
Well, yeah, he apparently is still in the eye of Finner. He's not completely excommunicated because Bodden did something and took one of his little stumps, whatever, put it on a tattoo, and it, like, revitalized him. And it unleashed Finner into the world, it sounds like.
Which isn't a good thing for Finner.
Right.
Because now he's kind of defenseless.
Yeah.
But this is after encountering the Jade Finger.
Oh, he touched the finger that was emerging out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's like one stub...
It's like Jade.
And one stub is the...
Ototaro?
Yeah. So he's in, like... Got two worlds going on there.
And then since we were talking about that, you can go to Stormy and Gessler and Culp.
That's the... zombie pirate ship crew, right?
Well, they all got together now.
Yeah. Initially, they were not that.
The Salanda.
Uh-huh. Yes. Oh my god, so much happened in this section. I don't know. Talk. I've got no thoughts right now.
Well, I mean, obviously they're stuck in a flooded warren at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran into some Talanimas.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them apparently took a head with them to breach a gap in the warren.
Mm-hmm.
Like its hair.
Yeah. But that was after it passed off its sword to Stormy.
Mm-hmm.
Who got hit by lightning that's being put off by some mage somewhere, and in getting hit, Heberick healed him, but with the jade arm?
One of the arms.
One of the arms. So now he has like this tattoo on him. I'm sure that means something later down the line. But yeah, they're on the zombie ship. It's being rowed by a bunch of headless corpses.
Yep.
Who was flying in the air, though? Because remember...
A maddened mage.
Is that the one throwing off the lightning?
Mm-hmm.
Because it all kind of simmered once the one Talanimas, when he realized he had no connections anymore. No kin.
No, the bone caster with the Talanimas went up there and killed that mage.
Was that the one who realized he had no more connections?
No.
Who had no... I thought the one who realized... Because they were coming to get their kin, but there were no kin on the ship to get.
Well, they're coming there for the Eater.
Right, but they weren't there.
But the Eater aren't really their kin.
Well, they said kin, I thought. Or they were there for their people, or... I don't know.
So basically,
whatever. Somebody was floating in the air, and...
The mage was crazy from the Ototaro.
Right.
And that's the one that had been bothering Culping them for forever.
Yes.
So the bone caster went out there, killed
him, but...
And then when she came back down, she had that, like, wordless discussion with the...
I'm talking about the one who gave the sword to Stormy. Where did he go? He went off and did something.
He went into the gap.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about. I was getting there. They had, like, that wordless discussion. He handed off the sword and went up there while holding one of the heads. But,
But it happened before she went up there, I think. Right?
No.
She went up there first.
He went the gap later.
Oh. Whatever.
And then I'm feeling we need to talk about Duiker and Coltane and all that now.
Well, since they're a big part of the militaristic... I finished chapter 10, which is the last chapter in the section. And it's pretty much a big old battle siege thing. It's very military. And upon completion, I think the first thing I said was, I don't think I'm going to get through this series.
Give it a chance.
Because it's so military, and I struggle to follow all the things that are happening. And Duiker and Coltane were it. That was their section of the book. Because Duiker's been riding through trying to catch up to Coltane, who's been like fighting off, I think, like 4 armies. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Well, one big army was following them.
But isn't it
But
made
it was a
up
bunch
of
of
4?
groups.
Yeah, it's made up of 4 different groups. And Duiker's trying to catch up to him. And I'm just like, oh my god. He finally gets there. And it's like military talk all over the place and strategy. And I don't know. But anyways, as far as they go, I don't know. It's not my favorite storyline at the moment.
It's mine.
I don't know, like, I've said this before. I think I said it in Gardens. That there's characters that I really like and I want to spend time with them. But they don't seem to get the time that I want. But then you have people like Kevin here who like Duiker and he got a whole damn chapter about war and battle and all the things that you like. And I'm just like, oh, damn it, I want more Mappo and Ikaria.
You'll get plenty of them.
And then I'm concerned, I'm going to do a sidebar here. I'm concerned because I don't think there's only a few people in this book from Gardens. I'm not going to remember what everyone else left off doing, so then whenever we do come back to them, I'm not going to remember.
You will.
And I'm just going to be like, I don't know what's going on. I'm never going to know what's going on.
You'll be alright. I have faith in you.
But anyways, I don't particularly care for the war chapters.
I dig those.
I think it's because I can't follow.
I can picture it pretty well in my head.
I mean, I think I start picturing, but then I'm like, no, something else has happened, and now I've got to somehow fit that into my picture. I don't really, as far as the storyline goes with Duiker and Coltane, I mean, it's pretty much been Duiker trying to catch up to him, and now he's caught up to him, and we had the battle. So I don't really know what else. Most of it, he was going through the desert, going through all these towns of death and destruction.
So all you really need to take from it is they're still alive.
Yes.
They're nearing exhaustion.
Aren't we all?
And the refugees, at least the nobles in them, are giving them hell.
Freaking nobles. Bunch of assholes. They took our servants away and they have not yet returned them. Who the hell's gonna make our tea, man?
Yep.
Anyways, okay, well let's do like a quick recap.
I think there is one character we haven't touched on.
Go ahead.
Column.
Okay, yeah. See, he is kind of like, why? Like, I don't understand. I mean, yes, okay, he delivered the book to the Shaikh. Did we talk about in the first part?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he delivered the book. The Whirlwind, the whatever, has been unleashed.
So that part of the prophecy at least has been...
So now, I don't know where he's going, but he has a little friend with him. Not a little friend. He's a big friend, Apt. They're still just kind of going through the desert. But now he's met this soldier and his family, and they've kind of teamed up. I don't know where he's heading, and it's all just, a lot of the storylines for these people, I feel, is just riding through the desert, encountering people, or encountering the destruction of people that are way up ahead that you're trying to catch up to.
So, remember, before they split up, his goal was he wants to kill Lysine.
Right.
He's still heading
That's
for that
still the
goal.
goal. Okay.
But it helps to get through things with friends. Mm-hmm. And since he encountered them...
The soldier and his family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whatever. That's kind of another storyline where I'm just like, meh, why is it here?
His in this book, if I remember correctly, the first time I read it, didn't really like
sit with you. You're just like, what's the point of it? I
And
mean,
then-
I know there's a point. It's not useless. It's there for a reason.
And then at the resolution,
But-
I was like, okay.
But anyways, all right. Quick recap, because I need help. Who does Coltane fight for?
The Empire.
Malazan.
He's a fist.
He's a fist. So Duker is Malazan.
He's a Malazan historian.
Okay. So when he's going through all these towns, what are the ones that they start with a T? Thanzi or...
The enemy.
He's acting like he's anti-Malazan. So he can get through. Okay.
Talking about Duker?
Yes.
He doesn't... Yeah, he's acting like he's anti-Malazan.
But then when he finally catches up, he heads straight for the Malazan camp. Okay, so he's Malazan. Duker, Coltane, some other characters that are probably of importance later. The twins, Nether, Nil. Who else? Who else? Anyways, I don't know. Anyways, Malazan. Okay. Fiddler, Crocus, and Amsalar are anti-Malazan. But Fiddler used to be Fiddler's a bridge burner, formally?
I think they're not necessarily for or against at this
Okay,
point.
neutral.
But the bridge burners have been outlawed, per se.
Right.
So he's just trying to hide his identity as they travel.
Okay. Mappo Akarium.
Independent.
Okay. Column, anti-Malazan. He's trying to get the Empress.
He's anti the Empress. Regardless.
Oh,
but
yeah.
other than, like, the actual Empire, I don't think he's...
Anti?
He's kind of like, eh.
Neutral. Who else?
Because remember, they still feel like the bridge burners is kind of like their family.
Right, which is a part of the Malazan Empire.
But they're exiled.
Yeah. So now they're their own thing. So they could be anti the Empire, and it wouldn't be a big deal. Culp in the gang?
Culp, Gessler, and Stormy are Malazans.
Truth, also.
Truth, yes.
Okay.
And then Fellison, Hebrick, and Baldwin are also Malazan, but they were gathered up in that thing.
Slave trade by her sister and the Empress, so now she's probably anti.
She's anti her sister anyway.
She's at least anti the adjunct. So most of the characters are Malazan in this particular area. Okay. And... Okay. So... Is Malazan, based on this section that we just read, is the Malazan side winning?
No.
It didn't... Okay. I was like, I don't... Does it sound like
The
they are?
Whirlwind-
But I don't know.
The Whirlwind is being very efficient.
And what is the Whirlwind, exactly?
It's the prophesied thing that's happening when they uprise against the Malazans.
So when the book was opened by Shaik,
And she was killed.
and she was
The Whirlwind
killed,
started.
something came out. Was it like something actually came out? Like a storm came out of the book? Or did it just set something in motion?
Set something in motion is the best way to look at that.
Okay.
Which you will get, I believe, starting in the next part. You should get more of the actual anti-Malazan story, which is Shaik's stuff.
Okay.
I might be off on that, but I know they do play a part in this book later.
Okay.
Like Liam and the Flails, the Toblakai, all those people start having parts.
Those are the people that
Her bodyguards?
Caleb encountered.
Yeah.
Okay, when delivering the book. But who took her out again?
Lestara. The Red Blades.
Okay. Which they're with...
They're Malazan.
Yeah, I would say they're with Coltane now, aren't they?
No, this is a different group. But those brothers did die, I think, in that battle.
Baria
Mm-hmm.
and the other one. I was just about to ask about them.
Sounds like they died.
It did sound like that, but I wasn't sure. And the poor engineers lost, what, 50-something cussers?
Oh, about that. As someone who has finished a series, like when I first read that number meant nothing to me. But now that I know in my head what a cusser is worth, 55 cussers? Wow. They went all out on that right there. That is like crap. No wonder, the earth moved under Duiker. Like, holy, yeah. 55 cussers, the earth fucking moved. Oh, wow. Like, I actually stopped reading like 55 cussers.
Wow, okay. They must be worth something. This is the most animated I think you've ever been.
Well, okay, so like in their Grenados, cussers are like the big boys.
Okay.
They like take things out. 55 of them? They're lucky they didn't blow everything up.
Yeah. I don't know. The engineer, I don't know if he was sad, proud. I don't know.
So what happened, that was cool too, because I can understand that. That was like, to witness 55 cussers going off, you'd be like, I don't know how to describe it, maybe like firing a bazooka or something, just like, and then the realization that you're out of cussers, you're just like, oh.
Wow.
I got a little animated.
That's
Sorry.
fine. Keep it up. It gives me a break. Oy.
Oh, man.
But anyways, I mean, yeah. Overall, this was a tough section for me because it was dark and depressing and very military for a big chunk of it.
This, I don't think it's the most depressing book, but it's up there in the series. This might be the second most depressing book to me. But I also love the book.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think you'll be alright.
Yeah? Anything else?
If y'all can do it without spoilers, give her that, you got this in the comments.
Don't give up so soon.
You can do it.
Well, I feel like,
We're almost halfway.
almost half. So I'm kind of invested at this point. I gotta at least finish this one.
Yeah. I'd say get through the third one. And then you can make your official,
My declaration. Hey. Okay.
And if you want some other resolution, you might need to go further than the third book.
Oh. Well, I imagine I'm gonna have to go to the end to get the ultimate resolution.
Well, yes. But I'm talking about, the sisters and...
Yeah. Hoi. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not giving up yet. Anything else? We were all over the place.
No.
As usual.
That's cool, though.
Okay. So, part 3... or excuse me, book 3... Chain of Dogs. Ooh, does that mean there's gonna be dogs?
Actually, yes.
I'm excited for dogs.
But it does, I will say, Chain of Dogs is some pretty dark reading, too.
Oh.
But hang in there.
And on that depressing note, we will see you next time.
See ya.